Thousands of years ago, humans did not use names the way we do today. In the earliest communities, small groups of people knew each other personally, so a single simple name was often enough. If your village had only one hunter named Aaron or one potter named Mira, there was no need for anything more. But as societies grew larger, trade expanded, and populations increased, people needed better ways to identify one another. That necessity slowly gave birth to the naming systems we use today. The earliest recorded personal names appear in ancient civilizations such as Mesopotamia and Egypt more than 5,000 years ago. Clay tablets from Sumer show names being used in trade records, tax documents, and property lists. These names were practical tools of administration as much as personal identity. Rulers, priests, merchants, and laborers all needed to be documented, and names became essential for keeping organized societies running. In many ancient cultures, names carried deep meanings. Parents often chose names based on hoped-for qualities, religious beliefs, or the circumstances of birth. A child might be named after strength, wisdom, a god, the weather during birth, or an important event. In this way, names were not just labels, they were messages, blessings, and symbols of identity. As populations grew even more, a single name no longer worked well. Imagine living in a city with 20 people named John or Ali. To solve this, many cultures began adding descriptive identifiers. Someone might be called John the Baker, Ali son of Hassan, or Maria from the river village. These descriptive additions gradually evolved into family names, surnames, and last names. Different civilizations developed surname systems in different ways. In China, hereditary family names emerged very early, with some dating back over 3,000 years. In Europe, surnames became common much later, especially during the Middle Ages, when governments needed better records for taxes, military service, and land ownership. Many European surnames came from occupations, locations, personal traits, or family lineage. That is why names like Smith, Baker, Hill, or Johnson became widespread. Religious traditions also played a major role in naming practices. Many cultures named children after saints, prophets, deities, or sacred figures to express faith and seek blessings. In some societies, naming ceremonies became major rituals, where a child's name was formally announced to the community. These ceremonies often reflected the belief that a name held spiritual power and could influence a person's destiny. Over time, names also became connected to social class and status. Noble families often used long family names to display heritage and power. Royal dynasties carefully preserved naming traditions to reinforce legitimacy. In contrast, common people often had simpler names until administrative systems standardized record-keeping. Colonization and migration transformed naming traditions around the world. When people moved across regions or were forced into new societies, names were often changed, translated, shortened, or replaced entirely. Immigration officers, colonial governments, and language barriers all shaped how millions of families ended up with the names they have today. This is why many modern surnames have altered spellings or evolved forms compared to their original versions. In the modern world, names serve multiple functions. They identify us legally, socially, culturally, and digitally. A name appears on birth certificates, passports, school records, bank accounts, and online profiles. Yet beyond administration, names still carry emotional and cultural meaning. Families continue traditions by naming children after grandparents, historical figures, or meaningful concepts. Interestingly, naming customs vary dramatically across the world. Some cultures place family names first, others last. Some use patronymics, where a child's surname comes from a parent's first name. Some communities traditionally wait days or weeks before naming a child, while others decide before birth. Despite these differences, the purpose remains universal. Names help define who we are and how society recognizes us. Today, the simple act of writing your name connects you to an ancient human tradition that stretches back to the first civilizations. A tradition created not just to identify us, but to tell the world who we are.